All right, the Halloween Ends trailer is out. You guys had your fun. Trailer came out. Half of you were over the moon. Actually, probably more than half of you. If a trailer's goal is to not give away anything, this trailer succeeded for sure. So anyway, there were quite a few shots that I went through today, and I thought this is definitely worth talking about. So anyway, let's go. What's up, guys? First off, thank you. I think I'm close to 10,000 views on the trailer reaction right now. That is so freaking cool. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all for getting in the comments. I had poked fun at you guys today. I did post a Twitter post. I said at this point I have 399 comments and 397 of them commented on Michael Myers' hand. Before I go any further, if you don't want to know anything, even if you've seen the trailer and you just wanted to like see it, not really like, you know, digest it, focus on it, put it under a microscope, then you might not want to watch this, okay? Because I did notice some things that are definitely worth mentioning. Things that I saw a lot of you guys pointing out in the comments too on social media and whatnot. And it's just about the trailer, okay? But you know, a lot of those images just, you know, they flew right by really quick and you didn't have time to kind of process it and hone in on it. So that's what we're gonna do in this video. We're gonna literally hone in on a lot of these photos, maybe speculate, because some of the stuff we don't know for sure. Could be anything, all right? Remember, I did a video recently about, I guess like a hobo Myers type thing, that Myers might look like that. We still don't even know that, okay? None of that was in this trailer. I like that. So it's still speculation, it's still up in the air. And also, I do have a theory that Laurie Strode, she might be a robot, okay? She might be a robot, and we'll get to that, all right? You know, because everybody throws out theories about this, so why not? I'll make up my own. Laurie Strode is a robot. All right, so anyway, let's, let me pull up, I got my OBS here. I'm gonna start recording now, so that way I can just run through these photos with you guys. And for the most part, these will be in order, but a couple of them might be out of order. We'll see. First image, the house, and I'm not gonna spend any more time that's needed on some of these photos, but this house, it does, somebody pointed out it did look kind of like the Carruthers house from Halloween 4 and 5, and I see it. I definitely see the Carruthers, especially with the front of the house, just that build, that model. Yeah, it's even red, which is kind of cool. I can imagine that, you know, the filmmakers, when they were location scouting, they probably saw this house and said, hey, that kind of looks like the one from Halloween 4 and 5. So maybe they picked it. You know, I'm just speculating. I don't know. I don't know if that's actually what happened, but yeah. Let's go to the next one. Let's go to the next one. Next one is going to be, okay, here's the big one. Here's the one. Let's just go ahead and rip the Band-Aid off right now, okay? That guy has 5 fingers, or at least from this photo, at least 4 fingers that we know about. And it is the same hand. And if you remember in Halloween 2018, he had 2 fingers blown off by Laurie Strode. So 5 minus 2 would give him, how many would that be? 3 fingers. I would like to think that they didn't, you know, this wasn't like a screw up on their part. No way in hell. I'm sure they got all their ducks in a row. So we could theorize about this a little bit. That could be an imposter, could be an imposter. The imposter has the same mask. Like, where would you get that mask? Because that mask was from 40 years ago, right? I don't know, especially with the mask with the same burns. So that would mean he would have had to take the mask off of Myers. Stay with me here, okay? One other theory is, could this be a dream sequence? You know, and maybe in Laurie Strode's dreams, Myers has all of his fingers. That is a possibility. So a couple things could be. And you know, before I go any further, I did say that the trailer didn't really give me enough. I kind of changed my mind in that there are some clues here in these photos that do kind of whet my appetite a little bit. So from that standpoint, I'm happy. But where I kind of stand firm is the Laurie Strode stuff, because it's another Laurie versus Michael fight. We've seen it quite a few times. So is it needed in this trailer? Not really, but I'm gonna let it slide, okay, for my personal opinion. I think I would rather have this trailer than the previous two trailers that actually gave away a lot of the movie, especially a lot of the kills. This trailer didn't give away, I don't think, any of the kills, right? I mean, you might have seen some attack shots, but actual kills, it doesn't. So I'll go ahead and say this trailer is miles better than the last two trailers, all right? And I have no desire to see anything else. No desire to see anything else. All right, let's go to the next one. Let's go to the next one. The reason I saved this photo was because, first off, Laurie Strode, she has the same outfit that she had from Halloween 1978, which is really cool. I do like that nod. Even her hair is the same. Again, could this be a dream sequence? Maybe Laurie Strode is seeing herself as what she was in 1978. Possibility. Another reason why I think it might be a dream sequence is because the pumpkin in the background. With the trauma that this woman has been through, do you really think she'd be celebrating Halloween? Going as far as, cutting up a pumpkin, decorating, all that stuff. We saw the front of the house, it was all decorated. Now, this might not be Laurie Strode's house, okay? It could be Allison's house, who knows? I don't think Allison would really want to celebrate Halloween either. So the pumpkin does throw a red flag at me, like that could mean this could be a dream sequence. I don't know. If it's not a dream sequence and it is her house, then why in the hell would Laurie Strode be celebrating Halloween after the trauma that this woman has been through, okay? Here's one that I noticed myself. I freeze framed it. I was gonna say froze framed it, but I don't think that's a word or a phrase. But I freeze framed it, and if we look at his hands, both of them are fully intact. So again, if this is a dream sequence, would they go this far, do a complete, like Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, like that whole opening was a dream sequence, which pissed a lot of people off? I don't think it is. I really don't think it is, because I don't think they'd stage this whole big fight in the kitchen. I could be wrong, okay? I'm thinking out loud here, but the big thing that jumps out at me is those two hands are not Michael Myers' hands from the previous two movies, okay? He has all his fingers intact there. Am I right, guys? Like his left hand is the one that should be blown off. And in that picture, it looks like they're all intact. I saw some people stating that what if this is real and what if this is the opening of the movie and Laurie Strode is killed? And we'll get to more of why that might hold water as well as we go along. There are a few new characters that did pop up in this trailer. I don't know their names yet. It looks like this character is reacting to something, or maybe she's just, yelling at somebody from afar. Not much to really grasp out of that photo. So we're gonna move on to the next one. It's another new character. At first I thought this was Dustin from Stranger Things, just quickly passing by, but then, no, it's not Dustin. Got a yellow sweater there. Has another character wore a yellow sweater? I don't know. Now, that fence right there does look kind of familiar, like from the first Halloween. What if that was that fence? I don't know. Could be. What if they're going all the way back to where it all began, to Smith's Grove Sanitarium? Could be Smith's Grove Sanitarium fence. Who knows? All right, next one. Here we go. Now it's starting to get interesting. Okay, again, let me foot stomp this, guys. This might be stuff that you don't want to watch, okay, from this point on, all right? Because I believe this character is going to have a major part in this movie. The plot synopsis that is in the description of the Universal trailer, I did not read it yet, but I've seen people talking about it, that it gives a lot of the plot away, and I think they do mention this character, Corey. I don't know if this is that character, but I think it might be. It looks like he's in some kind of sewage system underground, and he's on the run. He's on the run from Myers. Something's going on, okay? This could be last act type stuff. It could be last act type stuff. I'm not sure, but could be middle of the movie. I don't know, okay? But what I'm gathering from this is if the Laurie Strode stuff is first, maybe there is a fight and maybe one of them dies. Again, in that plot synopsis, Mike from We Watched the Movie posted this on Twitter, that they actually mentioned that one will die between Myers and Laurie, which was kind of stupid. Why would you freaking mention that? Whoever wrote that out should be punched in the junk. Okay. Yeah, so this Corey character does look really interesting. I don't have a problem with new characters in a Halloween movie. As a matter of fact, I would prefer it over legacy characters at this point. We've had plenty of legacy characters. A lot of them amounted to nothing. Lindsay is back in this one. We haven't seen Lindsay in this trailer, which is cool. I'm glad she's back. But I am completely okay with entering some new characters into the fold. Even though this is the last movie of the trilogy, still, I think this is where we're getting into that weird and different category, though. Okay. So, yeah, Corey. Next one, it's just a follow-up to that scene, and it's Corey attacked by what could be Myers. I mean, I'm looking at that hand, and it looks like it's pretty war-torn. It's been through some shit. So, that might be Myers. That might be Myers. It looks like from the thumb, that would be his right hand. Another interesting image here. This is a new character. She is a redhead. Outside of that, I don't really know anything. I know she is attacked by Myers. I think it's Myers. We don't know. We don't know. This whole imposter thing really adds a new element to this trailer. It really does, to this movie. And it could be a horrible, horrible thing. It could make this movie completely atrocious. Or it could go the opposite route. It could be really interesting, actually. This might be one of the most interesting movies of the franchise. You know, or at least of this trilogy. I mean, as of right now, I'm really interested. And that mask looks bloody glorious. Bloody glorious, okay. This is another picture of Laurie Strode in the blue shirt. I think that's probably before Myers comes in. I don't know. She could be having a dramatic conversation with somebody. Who knows? All right. This is one of a couple of shots of Allison. Looks like something has went down. Something has went down and she has just pulled up and maybe somebody has already been killed. This could be the moment where Allison finds out that he's back, you know, or somebody's killing. If it's not Myers, I don't know. This might be the moment where Allison figures out, okay, this is real. The nightmare isn't over. Is that Halloween 2? The nightmare isn't over? Yeah, okay, so. All right, next one. Everybody's gonna be happy with this one. Hawkins, he is back. It's awesome. Guys, by the way, I love the cinematography in this trailer. It looks like this movie's gonna be beautiful. The blues, you know, the purples. I like the cinematography here. You know, it feels like it marries up a little bit better to some of the earlier sequels. But it's nice to see Hawkins back. Okay, and this is an attack on the redhead. Looks to be like one of the victims of the movie. I don't know how big of a part she's going to play. My guess is not that big, but okay, now we're probably bouncing around a little bit. You know what? We'll come back to this one. Let me get you back in order here. Hold on. This is another victim. I don't think that's Corey because of the goatee. And in the previous picture, Corey did not have a goatee. So I think this might be just another victim that's being killed. So if you're looking for kills, I think we're gonna have plenty in this movie, you know? Plenty to keep your carnage candy appetite at bay, I guess. Here is a really, really cool shot of Myers looking very Halloween 2-esque. I love, guys, you gotta have the black eyes, okay? The black eyes, they're the devil's eyes, and it's evil, and that's what we all love, right? You know, you can defend H2 all you want, but they fucked up those eyes, guys. They fucked them up. Okay, next one. Another picture of Allison. This could be last act material, which makes me think, what if Laurie Strode is, again, killed early on, and the rest of this movie is Allison and maybe Corey? I don't know. I don't know. I would be down with that, actually, if I'm being honest. And I know it's very similar to Resurrection because Laurie Strode was, but it still would be a lot better than Resurrection because I didn't like Laurie being in the Smith's Grove. It just was not that interesting, you know? This seems to be much more interesting, even if they kill her in the first act. All right, here's just a Laurie close-up. And I guess this is a good point to talk about my Laurie is a robot theory. This is how I came up with this theory, because every trailer, every movie in this new trilogy, Laurie Strode has way too many one-liners. Happy Halloween, Michael. Evil dies tonight. Come and get me, motherfucker. And I could go on and on and on and on. Laurie Strode in the very first movie didn't have a single one-liner. You know, at least as far as like flexing, you know? Yeah, everybody knows what's the boogeyman, but that's not like come and get me. That felt more natural. But this one, it's almost like there was a button that maybe people accidentally pushed and she would say these freaking one-liners. So what I'm thinking is that Laurie Strode's actually a robot, and Universal owns that robot, or maybe Trancas does. And that robot is pretty much just like, it's like a Tickle Me Elmo, and it's just constantly pumped with all these badass one-liners, and they just come off as fake, and it's part of the reason that turns me off to the character at this point, is all the damn one-liners. And she didn't write the script, so I can't fully blame Jamie Lee Curtis, although she sure does enjoy saying them. But I think she's a robot, and I think this is a tie-in, a multiverse with Terminator, and I think that she is a Terminator, and she will be sent back to 1978 in this movie to kill the original Laurie Strode, okay? I'm sticking with that. If you can prove me wrong, go for it. The reason I highlight this one is a couple reasons. One, the feathers. What is Myers stabbing that has feathers? I'm thinking maybe it's probably a Halloween costume. I'm thinking in real time here, but probably some kind of Halloween costume where they're dressed up like some sort of bird, you know? And Myers, maybe he's attracted to feathers, and he just stabs the shit out of the feathers. I don't know. But there was another thing I wanted to point out, and I have another picture that relates to that. Look at that mask. Does that mask look a bit different to you? Just a bit different? And you're gonna wanna stay, okay? Because the last picture we're gonna look at is a real doozy, okay? And is gonna really wake some of you up if you haven't caught it yet. I didn't discover it. I saw it on Twitter. Matter of fact, I'm gonna give him a shout out once we get to it. But this mask it's burned. It could be the same exact mask. It probably is, but to me, it does look kind of different. I don't know. I'm probably digging way too deep into that one. All right, this is just a picture of Myers and Laurie making love. It's a very beautiful scene. And you know, I'm picturing like Air Supply making love out of nothing at all. But yeah, it's a wonderful, wonderful scene. Okay, next one. I do dig this shot. It's very reminiscent of the first movie, kind of where, you know, Laurie's like leaned up against the wall and Myers comes out of the shadows. It'd be cool if he kind of comes out of the black in this scene. Oh, actually, we know he does it because he just comes, you know, that little opening, that door jamb, he comes out of that. So, but it is a very beautiful scene. Again, the cinematography in this movie looks to be the best of the trilogy. I love the blues. They finally got it that the blues are really important to this franchise. Love it, love it, love it. Here is the last image. Let me give this guy a shout out real quick. David Charpentier. David, I hope I said that right. Okay. One thing that David pointed out is take a look at who is stabbing that hand. Because when I first watched the trailer, I automatically thought it was Laurie that stabbed his hand. I don't think that's Laurie. It looks like coveralls on that arm. I could be wrong. All I see is the arm, so it could be just a long sleeve button-up shirt and some regular pants. It's hard to tell. You can easily go to, and you can easily theorize that might be the imposter. The imposter might be in a fight with Myers, and he stabs his hand, and somehow he kills Myers and he gets his mask. Now, I'm gonna say this up front. I don't think Myers is killed in this movie. I think he's going to play a part throughout the whole movie, but that doesn't mean there won't be an imposter, okay? And maybe Myers comes back in the end. I don't know, okay? I'm like reaching way out, and I know I'm on the edge of the cliff. You guys need to pull me back, okay? But that is a really interesting image. You could definitely come to a lot of different theories for that. All right, guys, so that's it. That is my shot-for-shot breakdown. After really letting this digest, I think this was a pretty decent trailer, okay? Definitely a decent trailer. I don't think they needed the Lori kitchen fight. But you know what? It's okay. It's good for the tone of the trailer because they did slip in a lot of clues in there. I mean, hell, look at all, I pretty much found something out of probably a quarter of those photos. So anyway, guys, let me know down in the comments, are you really looking forward to Halloween Ends? Has this trailer piqued your interest and maybe you weren't before? It comes out in literally like 3 months, so really excited. Also, this Saturday night, Hallowstream ends. Really exciting week for Halloween fans, right? So, not so exciting for people that are sick of this franchise. Okay, but anyway, be sure to come over to Killer Flicks where we talk horror all day and every day. And on Fridays, we do Free for All Fridays. Follow me at Drumdums on all my socials. Support me on Patreon, buy me coffee. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a good day. Drumdum out.